Hi, Rick Seymour. Have you ever been in a serious car accident or had a very serious close call that whenever you thought about it days or even months later, you could once again feel a surge of adrenaline go through you? Just thinking about it and imagining the consequences makes you feel exactly what you felt when it first happened. You get exactly the same physiological response, and yet you're perfectly safe as you're sitting there thinking about it. I was a technical rock climber when I was younger and had some rather harrowing experiences and close calls. I have a fear of heights, but as long as I trusted the person on the other end of the rope to belay me safely, I was usually able to overcome that fear. But when I think about some of those close calls, even today, I can still feel that surge of adrenaline go through me. I was climbing Mount Princeton over 14,000 feet in February. We were trapped by a blizzard and a whiteout just below the summit at about 13,700 feet and had to spend the night up there. The temperature was 48 below zero. That's the lowest my thermometer registered, and the mercury just curled up in the ball at the bottom and sort of refused to come out. Most of my toes got frostbit that night. I've never been so cold before or since. And 30 years later, whenever I think of that night, I still shiver. How often have you heard a particular piece of music and were immediately transported to an event that was very significant in your life, complete with all the sights and the sounds, the emotions that occurred the first time? Have you ever smelled a certain smell and were immediately taken back to Grandma's kitchen with all the emotions that were attached to that experience? Here's the point. Your subconscious mind does not know the difference between a real event and a vividly imagined one. Well, why is that important? Finish this sentence for me. Practice makes, and almost everybody says perfect. But is that really true? In fact, practice makes permanent. What if you practice the same bad habits over and over? You get perfect bad habits. What if you replay your failures over and over in your mind? You make those failure-oriented behaviors permanent. It's time to begin using your imagination to your benefit instead of your detriment. Stop replaying your failures over and over in your mind. The reality is, perfect practice makes perfect. Where is the one place that you can have perfect practice every time? It's your imagination. Do you realize that you're the only animal in the animal kingdom that has an imagination? Only you can envision the future. It is a powerful tool, and you can use it in such a way that it works to your advantage or to your disadvantage. I am convinced that one of the reasons God gave us this extraordinary gift that we call imagination is so that we can intentionally create clear, specific, vivid experiences the way that we would like them to be. We can begin to envision the future the way we would like it to become. We can begin to see our lives the way we would like them to turn out. We can start to see ourselves behaving in such a way that we can create that life of our dreams. So what does all this mean in terms of beginning to make changes in our lives that will allow us to move ahead? You see, the more you practice your future perfectly in your imagination, the more likely you are to behave in such a way as to move toward your goal. If you would like additional resources on this topic or anything related to it, go to godinyourgoals.com.